Hey everybody, welcome back. Just a quick check-in here. Been a while since I posted a video. I just had some random. I'm at work right now. Still got another half an hour to go in. I was out doing some here. I always have this fear of being late, and traffic could be kind of unpredictable in my area. Sometimes it could be heavy, and you get unexpectedly. You show up later. You end up being late. So I always have this. I always leave earlier. I always have this fear of getting stuck in traffic or running behind, being late. So I'm usually an early person as far as arriving on time goes to a certain destination, party, work, whatever you want to call it. I figure better early than late, right? Hard to get somewhere right on the dot. You're either going to be one or two for the most part. So I had some time to burn, and before I go in at 2:30, it's about almost 2:10 right now. So there was pretty much an upset as far as the Milwaukee Bucks beating. I'm glad somebody different won for a change, but yeah, I thought the Suns had it when they won the first two games. I had a feeling they'd probably lose the third game, but God, to lose four in a row like that. But they choked. Milwaukee definitely was the better, proved that they were the better team, the stronger team. They wanted it more. Chris Paul didn't have his best. He was awesome the first three series. I know he did get COVID. Was it the finals? He was forced to sit out one game, or maybe the Western Conference Finals. I'm trying to remember, but he didn't seem like he was quite himself in that series. And as far as weather, it's been a cooler. It's still in the triple digits, but for July, normally it's like 110, 115 or higher at this point. It's been a cool July. We had a warmer June. We had a couple 117, 118 degree days. It's been a big monsoon season, or at least in July. This is my fourth summer in Arizona, and I've never seen as much rain in the summer that I've seen this summer. It's all been in July. We didn't get any rain in June. I don't think we had. If we did, very little. Maybe when I was sleeping, it might have been a couple days. It trickled a little, but it's really unusual. We get two monsoons back to back, but we did have two monsoons. There was a Friday night about 3 weeks ago. We had a monsoon, and then we had a monsoon. I got that on. I made a video on that, some of the footage. So we had a monsoon on a Friday night, and then we ended up getting another one on a Saturday night the next night. So that's really unusual, but it's good. We definitely needed the rain. We were in a drought. We probably still are, but that should take care of things. We should be good for a while. But yeah, I wonder what August will be like. But yeah, it's been a cooler June if you consider just the high 90s, low hundreds, slightly cooler. What else? Overall, yeah, I'm doing well. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I'm managing things and still get stressed from time to time. But hey, who doesn't? Just life in general, life stressors in general, and being an adult isn't easy. So it's just just adulthood. It gets to be stressful from time to time, but I manage. I always tend to pull through one way or another and to meet the challenges and overcome the obstacles, or at least try to. At least I try my best every day. Sometimes I give up. I hate to give up. I try not to. Sometimes I push things aside, procrastinate, and try not to, and trying to get better with that. Like my grandma always said, it's better to never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. And that is true. I found that if you have a list of things to do, it's best to take care of them soon, because if you don't, next thing you know, you'll have 10 things to do, and next thing you know, you'll have 20 things to do. So I try to knock things out as soon as I can, even if I don't feel like it. I just try to push myself. And I figure I don't have a choice of work. You got to push myself to get paid and get my work done at work. So I try to have that same mindset at home too, with housework and whatever it may be, errands, yard work, laundry, cooking, cleaning at home. It's nice that we're, I guess supposedly only with a 56% of Americans are vaccinated, because we still have a ways to go with that. And it turned out, like people were predicting that COVID would mutate, and yeah, it is mutating. They're saying the people that aren't getting the vaccine now, they're getting that Delta virus, which is also causing, it's a result of people not getting their two vaccine. The regular COVID vaccine is mutating in them and causing more cases and deaths. But yeah, it's nice that things are, for the most part, back to normal. There's no online. I'm still at that school, working as a custodian almost 3 years now, and yeah, just back to normal this year. We're not doing any crazy disinfecting throughout the day like we were last year. It's been like a normal school year so far. We have had some cases, but I mean, you would expect that. That's normal, even just the first week. But yeah, all like 700, I think we have like 750, 800 kids. They're all back, no more online classes, and it looks to be pretty much a normal school year. They had meet the teacher, big gathering. They're having curriculum night, which is kind of like an open house. Sometime in, was it August? A few weeks away, and yeah, we're gonna have concerts, sports this year, basketball, cheerleading, game nights, activity nights. Yeah, you name it. So yeah, it looks to be pretty much back to normal. Some of the kids, it's okay with me. Some of the kids none of the teachers are wearing masks, but some of the kids are still wearing masks. So I guess, yeah, some people are still a little paranoid about it. And yeah, it is weird when you're made to wear a mask somewhere. It's really weird. Massage Envy, my wife and I get massages there, and they say that you have to, they have you fill out this form beforehand, this COVID form. They send you a text, or we can fill out there, but I always fill it out ahead of time over the phone on text. It just, questions if you have been exposed to anybody that's tested positive, if you traveled outside the country, do you have any of these, COVID symptoms, yada, yada, yada. And they do say that you have to wear a mask in there, but which my wife and I were doing, we have been doing, but I guess, I don't know about my wife, and next time I'm going to ditch the mask, because I went in there and the employees didn't have masks on, and a lot of the customers didn't have masks on. The guy that did my massage, he had a mask on, but the woman that did my wife, she didn't have a mask on. So I was like, what the hell? Is it really a requirement, or is it not? You're just hoping that people wear masks to protect you. And a buddy of mine, I went up to Utah a few weeks ago. Yeah, I did a video of Pretty Point scenery up there, and went up to Utah to visit my best friend, and we were at this national park. And, there's people all over the place, but yet, like public transportation, you have to take well, you don't have to, but it'll be a long, steep walk, but you have to take or more than likely, unless you really are, into hiking uphill for hours at a time, you have to take a shuttle bus to get up to the highest point. And we didn't have masks on us. We were still required to wear masks on the shuttle bus. They had like tie-on masks there that we put on. And from what I heard, yeah, hospitals, doctors' offices, dentist's office, you still have to wear them. And yeah, the airport, airplanes, like my wife and I are going on vacation in a few months, and we're flying, and we're going to have to wear masks, unfortunately. It's like, when the hell is this ever going to end? I know not everybody's been vaccinated, but they should be. If not, that's their own fault. But I think at this point, even if you haven't been vaccinated, you probably have been exposed, which I guess that doesn't make you immune to getting it again. But maybe if the stats are a little farther less likely. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on it. And yeah, as far as baseball goes, you'll have to see how my Bears do this year. They did pretty well in the draft, and Cubs are having a really bad year, and Anthony Rizzo, the Cubs just traded him to the Yankees. He was a big part of the Cubs World Series run 2016 and the years prior to that and the years after, so that they got rid of him. So that's pretty much a sign that the Cubs, they're pretty much already over, and a few games under 500, and now they got rid of him, so they're definitely over. The Sox are having a good year, and they got one of the best records in the American League. I think they got the second best record, and behind the Boston Red Sox. And there's some good teams in the National League too. The Astros, the Giants, the Dodgers. So Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Sox do. They won the World Series last in 2005, so it's been a while for them. It's I'm trying to remember, did they make the playoffs? I think they did make the playoffs last year, but they did. They were out in the first round, and I think the Cubs were out in the one game wild card round, if I remember correctly, or did they just miss getting into the playoffs? I can't quite remember. It's just less than a year ago. It seems like an eternity ago. But yeah, overall, I'm doing well. Almost the past 3 years, I did. For those of you who've been following me, those of you know that I did have a really bad mental breakdown almost 3 years ago, and I've been on the right path since. I mean, I've held this job for almost 3 years and managing medications. And those of you I don't really care to talk about it. Those of you who haven't been following me that long, you can ask me. We can talk about it in the comments, but don't really want to mention it here. But yeah, if you want to know, you just leave a comment below, and I'll definitely explain it to you. Make a long story short. But yeah, I am doing very well. Like I said, I still have my days, I still have my problems, still have my issues, but I'm recognizing that that's life, and no one has a perfect life. Everyone has problems, and you just got to push through and got to make life go on. Can't give up. I don't want to give up. Most people don't. It's sad when some people do, but what are you going to do? Some people just aren't in the right state of mind, and they can't be saved. They can't save themselves, no matter what anybody else does or says. Just can't save them. But again, yeah, that's just the way of we don't live in a perfect world, so it's unfortunate it happens, but it does when people fortunately take their own lives or just let themselves go. So yeah, I think I rattled on long enough. Just about time for me to get into work here. So thank you so much for watching. You got almost 90 subscribers. I want to send a shout out to Derek Schmidt if you're watching. Hi, Derek. Thank you for subscribing. He's my newest subscriber, a friend of mine from high school. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.